Well, they made some moves this offseason. Dennis Allen becoming the franchise's 18th head coach, the first coach since John Madden to come from a defensive background. And following the departure of Jason Campbell, Matt Leinart was brought in to back up Carson Palmer at quarterback. Ray Ratto covers the Raiders for Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Ray, Carson Palmer threw more interceptions than touchdowns last year. He turns 33 in December. How much does he have left?
A lot of that has to do, frankly, with whether Darren McFadden can give them 16 games for a change, because his arm strength seems to be fine. He seemed to be plenty mobile last year, but between having no discernible running game behind him and a rancid defense when he was off the field, he was putting the ball up in deficit situations an awful lot. And as a result, his numbers were actually what they should have been given those circumstances. But I think he's got a couple more years yet. They certainly hope so. They're paying him for 3 more, and they're paying him a lot.
Speaking of that defense, the Raiders allowed 433 points, more than 5 yards a carry last season. What does Dennis Allen need to do to fix that unit?
Well, I mean, there's going to have to be some massive personnel changes, because a lot of that was them basically overestimating their talent. And frankly, because Dennis Allen is a defensive guy, I think he's going to have to change, A, the notion that, they can bend but not break, and B, he's got to clean up the massive number of penalty yards they gave up, because they are, it's a loaded word saying they weren't disciplined, but they were in bad positions a lot last year, and, a lot of late hits, a lot of things that hurt them defensively and kept the other team on the field drive-wise. So really, there's a lot of detail work, but in the longer term, they're going to have to make some, significant changes, because talent-wise, they're not very good.
Ray, as training camp gets underway, what under-the-radar guy could emerge as a big-time playmaker for the Raiders this year?
Well, the first guy who really isn't under the radar is McFadden, because when he plays, they really are a pretty good offense. But if you want to talk actual under-the-radar who doesn't have much national play yet, it would be Denarius Moore, the wide receiver. I think he and Palmer were very comfortable together, and he gives them probably their best beat threat, has pretty good hands, runs good routes. He has a chance, if Palmer can have a good year, to be the greatest beneficiary.
All right, that's Ray Ratto from Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area with the latest from Raiders camp.